The might be the type of history you're utilized to listening on drill bit piece of music if you're not a fan of it. But Skendo and M, the rappers aforementioned over who acquired hanging jail sentences in January, say it's an art shape love any some, and they're fair showing lifetime as they see it about them. While they wish to say on drill bit it's ever negativeness. I don't wish to be seen in how lighting 24/7, Skendo says. The Metropolitan Police Force says it's been tracking videos how instigate abuse with 2015, and has had 90 drill bit piece of music videos remote of YouTube as of November recent year. Piece of music part model and public print include a extremely strong and favorable effect, but while utilized in the incorrect way the ensuing consequences can rather virtually be fatal, Detective Story Governor Mike Western tells Wireless One Newsbeat. Previous on the piece of music was nearly ever on send shots at competing gangs, it was on the regional policy of youthful human beings, youthful employee and author Siren Thapar says. Mob-related threats in piece of music videos are yet overall. Taken 1.0, the Mchant police force solved breached a mob restraining order, mentioned actual life abuse how was take location among various gangs. While Skendo and M were condemned, police force told abuse in drill bit piece of music can, and did in the instance, some to mob-related abuse. Time Siren believes how threats are yet event in drill bit, he says the style has tailored and developed in answer to towing of police force above the history few year. Or how's a nice item, it's intended how it's had to believe more than thoroughly as a style and the human beings manufacturing it include had to believe more than thoroughly on all the various pressures departure on and which you can and can't say and which susceptible and not susceptible, he says. It as well seems love down there's a lot more than drill bit artists' art pictures in their piece of music on a road lifetime they don't very dwell. Public print and fair general youthful civilization is departure in a line of, you can build these option versions of by yourself on the internet. A lot of the period they are not speaking reliably on which they are making, they've fair created a nature out of by themselves. This tendency of piece of music in general, and thigh hop, has been in how line, and drill bit is fair showing how. Adds how if everyone was creature true in their piece of music, later everyone would be in prison. The Brixton Raper says how the stage of drill bit artists send threats to their enemies in piece of music videos is generally length lost. Currently it's fair human beings upcoming, up and speaking on which's been event and which's made happened and hard to go striker of how. Amongst the style's largest artists and groups, how stands real. Drill bit begun in Chicago in the previous 2010s but in latter year UK artists include done it their own, tapping the identical black substance but at a quicker pace. Russ's Gun Rely became the at first drill bit path to get in the formal diagram top 10 over the year, show how its start to reach main successful. A fast slide at the charts on Thursday shows at low 4 persons entries how could be deliberate drill bit or, time several of their lyric yet include abuse, the human beings they're referring are a lot less than evident. Siren points out how Digga D, whose No Dietary achieved the top 40 the 1 week, was creature shipped to jail and prohibited of manufacturing piece of music love 8 months back. A lot of drill bit artists are now making cute so, he says. I would be a bit cynic and say the is fair the piece of music production creature love, the audio is really breathtaking, we requirement to get all of these guys. As quickly as they strike up on YouTube we requirement to get conduct of them. But while artists are reception sentences for lyric in their piece of music, it shows drill bit hasn't been completely recognized. Siren says down there's a lot of censor house manufacturing it hard for rappers to say which they wish to say and completely courier the realities how they might include been capable to courier in some genres in the history. The restraining order versus Skendo and M was done recent year since they were members of a mob in southward London named 410. They were found to include breached the restraining order while length of them performance the chant taken 1.0, that features lyric on competing southward London gangs Harlem Spartans and Moscow, was downloaded to public print. If they're found those guilty of violating their mob restraining order once again at any spot above the following 2 year, they'll include to go to jail. M says how anxious on the restraining order done it stronger to courier by himself via piece of music at first. It done me conduct behind. Since I wasn't certainly how to put it out of violating or receive by myself in any anxiety. It was a fight. But as you shove, you type of aware which's nice and which's no. For Skendo, the restraining order has had one favorable result, he's been profitable focus to the news story a bit more than. At low one day a day man will look the news story and how so I aware which's departure on about the planet and in our nation, since it's essential. I'm concerned to listen which their proverb. I include to remain up to scrape as lot as they do since I can't be over bro, or their fair departure to eat us live.